Welcome to Variant Motion. My name is Mike Cadillac, and today we're going to take a closer look at our unique motor. So in our company video, it gives a really good overview. A lot of things other people don't do when they say they have a new product. What makes this product unique? Now, I'm only going to have time to show you a couple of things, but hopefully it will grab your interest. We have a really good bunch of guys with me in this company. Now, we're a small startup. That's why I'm behind the camera, not a professional. And my daughter is doing the video feed. So, what I'd like to do is start off with a regular motor. So if we can kind of move over here. And the reason I want to show a regular motor is because this is what we're going to replace. Now, the power system over here is a 120, goes into the DROC, converts that to a DC current, and then we Wi-Fi the controls from here. So I'm going to start this motor out. First I got to activate it. So right now we're at 5 volts, 0.5 amps at 2.8 watts. So one thing I wanted to show you here is as I apply torque, watch how the watts and amps increase dramatically. That means the motor is doing more work and is drawing more power. Now our motor works a little differently. So I'm just going to leave this sit here. I'm going to disconnect the power from the other motor, and we're just going to get rid of it. We're not going to need that motor anymore. So here we're going to plug in the power. So I want to show you that this is a low volt DC motor. So right now, just to run it at the same RPMs as we were the other one, is 1.2 watts. Now the other thing that I wanted to show you is as I apply torque, the amperage does not increase. That's unique to this motor. I also want to get it up to that 5 volts. At this point, she's doing about 3,800 RPMs. And again, I'm going to apply torque. Amperage goes up a little bit, but not exponential. Now let's turn it down a little bit so you can... Now, one thing I wanted to show is the motor itself. Here we're using a encoder. That encoder then sends information down to the computer. The computer then has an algorithm that will to power the individual chambers. So the other thing I wanted to show you here was how this thing is modular. So each one of these can be an individual motor. Now there are 6 of them here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Each one of these work independently and together. So we can increase or decrease the horsepower by adding or subtracting these chambers, all on the same platform. Now the other thing that I wanted to show you is our temperature. So here's the temperature guide. So my hand's a little cold, but 90 degrees. So instead of taking the temperature on the outside or the side, and then I want to show you the ambient temperature, I want to actually videotape or show, and I don't know if we can get the right angles, but inside the motor. right on the coil itself. So as I do this, I'm going to put more torque, and you're not going to see, but maybe 2 to 3 degrees temperature rise. Now, that is unique to our motor. As we increase the RPMs to over 6,000, or over 3,000, I'm sorry, the temperature pretty much stays the same. As I load it down, the temperature stays the same. Now this gives us the unique ability to use exotic materials for our motors. So we can use biodegradable plastics, carbon fiber, which makes our motor lighter, makes it more efficient. Now, because we're on individual chambers, we can then also, by changing these chambers out, we can control the RPM, we can control the torque through the computer system. I don't know if we can get a shot of that, but through the computer system and our algorithm, we can also change the RPM and torque. So we have lots of different ways to present this motor. Now the last thing I wanted to show you was actually how low this motor will run. So we're doing about 900 RPM there at 0.4 watts. Now there's a lot of other features that I would like to show you, but we're not going to have time in this video. There you go. Okay, so that being said, we have filed our patents, and this is an alpha testing system. We've made it to the beta, but I wanted to be able to show you this because it's all apart and I can manipulate it. So basically you start out with an idea, you move to the design, build your prototype, then your alpha testing, your beta testing, and then your product. We skipped the first part. Basically I took my idea and immediately built one.
Turns on and it works. What do you mean it works? Look at this shit.
And it worked. So then we went to the design portion of it. So, yeah. So that's pretty much it for right now. There will be more videos to come. So I do appreciate your time, and I hope you are interested in seeing more. Thank you.